Welcome to the Answers for Elders radio show. Meet the trusted experts who will give you straight answers and will help guide you on the path of later life care. Now, here's your host, founder, caregiver, and CEO, Suzanne Newman.
And welcome everyone to Answers for Elders Radio Network, heard across the USA. Over the age of 65, 1 in every 9 individuals has Alzheimer's disease. But on the flip side, we are now able to treat so much of it and actually find a prevention with scientific research and through clinical trials. And much in part has to do with the Alzheimer's Association. And every year, the Alzheimer's Association does the Walk to End Alzheimer's. And believe it or not, no matter where you are across the country, there will likely be a walk near you. And so we're very excited to have the Director of Development of the Alzheimer's Association of Washington State, which is Cory Townsend. And Cory, welcome to Answers for Elders.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. It's a pleasure to be here, and I'm excited to share a little bit about what we're doing.
Yes. Well, Cory, I'm very thrilled because I know people that have relied on your organization and been so helped by it. And you, as the Director of Development, you and I go back a long time. We met probably 10 years ago. And so, to see you still with the organization, I was really excited to see that you're still there because you're such a pivotal partner and role in what you do in organizing partnerships, corporations with donors, with different things like that. So, Cory, I want to just start from the very beginning and ask you, how did you get involved in the Alzheimer's Association? I'm suspecting you have a backstory.
I do, and thanks for asking. This cause is a lot more than professional for me. When I was a young man in my early 20s, my grandfather forgot who I was, and I was heartbroken. He was a great guy who taught me a lot about life, but also how to fly fish, which is one of my passions. And when he forgot my name, I was heartbroken. And we lost my grandpa when he was 99, back in about 2012, I think it was. And since then, since starting with the Alzheimer's Association, my mom has been diagnosed with younger onset Alzheimer's disease, and I'm her primary caregiver. She was 64 when she was diagnosed, but was showing symptoms as young as probably about 60. And so, this cause is important to me, and I know it is to the millions of families across the country that are impacted by Alzheimer's and other forms of dementia. Yes. And it's truly an honor to be able to work with our corporate partners, our donors, our staff, our amazing volunteers, and community partners like you to help folks learn about the disease, to get resources, and to help change the trajectory of what this disease will be in the future.
Mm-hmm. The Alzheimer's Association is the largest private funder into clinical research. A lot of that has to do with the partnerships that you guys have developed through the years. What are some of the companies that you've worked with?
Yeah, that's a great question. We are the largest nonprofit funder of dementia research and science in the world, and we're very proud of that. And for the second year in a row, we've invested more than $100 million in over 1,110 active research projects around the globe. Mm-hmm. We're very proud of that. We're a leader in this space, both convening researchers, but also funding clinical trials and studies that have had major breakthroughs, and that a lot of that is thanks to our partners. Nationally, our presenting sponsor for the last 8 years now is Edward Jones, and they have been tremendous partners to us, rallying their advisors and their clients and their staff to raise well over $36 million now in support of this cause. And so Edward Jones has been a great partner. And we have great partners all across the corporate sector. But some of our biggest partners nationwide include sororities. The Sigma Kappa sorority at universities across the country raises more than $1 million for us every year.
Yeah.
And they're tremendous partners.
Mm-hmm.
So all the way from big companies and sororities down to little companies on Main Street all across the country are great partners to us and helping change the trajectory of this disease.
Yeah. And you know, the thing that is so vitally important with all of that is that the way you give those donations is through not only a partnerships, but the revenues that you create through the Walk to End Alzheimer's. And that comes back to every single one of your listeners or our listeners out here, because likely I am venturing to guess that if you're listening to this program, no doubt Alzheimer's disease has possibly touched your life. And if it hasn't, you're very lucky this far, but chances it will. And it's devastating. And certainly you might have a loved one that has been diagnosed. You might have a friend's family member, a coworker. It's happening all over. And as the baby boomers are really, moving into this last phase of all of us, baby boomers turning 65, there is a projected increase. Even though there's been amazing scientific breakthroughs, the money is needed, obviously, in so many ways to to fight this disease and to fight for a cure.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's completely right. There's very few times that I go into a room and ask folks to raise their hand if they've been impacted by dementia, that not every hand is raised. And, it's a big problem. And as you know, Suzanne, it's a growing problem, right? With the baby boomers aging, there's a silver tsunami coming. But there's hope, right? There's hope because for
Yeah.
the first time ever, we are in the era of treatment.
Isn't that incredible?
It really is. There are now therapies available that address the underlying biological causes of Alzheimer's disease. And that's fantastic. Now they're not a silver bullet, and we have more work to do, and folks can participate in that work in a variety of ways. They can participate in clinical trials by going to trialmatch.com, and you can find that link on our website, alz.org, and you can participate in the Walk to End Alzheimer's. We host more than 630 of these Walk to End Alzheimer's events across the country. And so if you go to alz.org/walk and put in your zip code, you'll find one close to you. And the walks are amazing, right? These are the largest fundraisers for Alzheimer's research support and programs nationally. And it's the second largest peer-to-peer fundraiser in the country. So amazingly, more than $100 million will be raised through these events this year, and that directly impacts the science as well as the care and support services like our 24/7 helpline, support groups in your community education, caregiver support. All of that is funded through the Walk to End Alzheimer's. And so we hope you'll join us.
Yes, absolutely. And of course, if you're in the Seattle area, Answers for Elders does have a team. We would love to have you join us. So if you go to the alz.org and go to /walk and you put in your zip code, if you're in the Seattle area, it should come up. Isn't that correct, Cory? And then join a team. I think all you do is click on that and put Answers for Elders Radio Network. And we are there, and we would love to have you walk. We're also going to be there with the Washington Therapy Dogs. And Cory and I, we're going to be right back right after this. Let's work together and help fund a cure in supporting the Walk to End Alzheimer's this year. And learn more and donate by visiting alz.org or just call 800-272-3900. That's alz.org or 800-272-3900.